so supportive, I think, of restaurants, and Restaurant Week is so fantastic. So we, of course, have done it. This is our second year of doing Restaurant Week here, and it's great to be here at the kickoff. It's cool.
How important is it to be able to meet new people during Restaurant Week, especially during this kickoff taste testing event?
Yeah, well, I think, when you're able to I think what you love to do at Restaurant Week is give people a if they haven't been, it gives them an ability to come and try your restaurant. And you just meet a lot of interesting people, and this has been a great event, kicking it off.
No, definitely. And then, can you talk to me a little about this? Is for a great cause, right?
It is, yes it is, but oh my God, now I can't remember. I'm blanked on what it is.
Well, I mean, for Find Food Bank to be able to, for every person that reserves a spot, $1 will be donated to Find Food Bank.
Oh, so that's so important. I mean, really, we do, in Los Angeles, we do 3,000 meals a day for Food Insecure. So I think whenever we can give back to the community, we always want to be involved. Always. It's so important.
Perfect. And with me here, I have some crew members from NBC Palm Springs with us, and they're going to taste test some of this food if you guys want to take a look and go for it.
So excited to try this. She was talking about her biscuit and how it makes it so special, and my mouth is watering.
All right, you go for it,
Now's
guys.
our moment.
Yeah, go eat. And it has to be the three blondes eating. Isn't that yummy?
Is it good?
Wow. That is so good. It's the cheese.
It's
from the
a homemade
biscuit?
cheddar biscuit, cracker,
Wow.
homemade pimento cheese, and a homemade pepper jelly. Right? It's like the perfect bite.
Well, while Susan's explaining more, of that, again, to reserve your spot, you can go to our NBCPalmSprings.com website to reserve your spot during Restaurant Week. And for every person that reserves a spot, $1 will be donated to Find Food Bank. Live at the Ritz-Carlton, for NBC Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen, sending it back to you guys in studio.
Thank you, Brett. And Susan, have fun out there tonight. A live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. And speaking of supporting local restaurants and businesses, there's some fun happening, not here on the Valley floor, but up in the high desert this week. A starry night at Mas o Menos Bar. That's where our Chloe Carlson is tonight. She's in Joshua Tree live with more on what's happening out there this evening. Hey, Chloe.
Well, Olivia and Mark, I was getting a little jealous when Brett was talking about all that food. So I wanted to come over here to the pop-up by Fall to Pizzas, which is an ode to the Patsy Cline line. So I wanted to showcase, this is Mitzi and Mark, their pizza pop-up that they started 3 years ago. It smells so amazing. Viewers at home, I wish you could smell what I'm smelling right now. It smells so good. We're talking about this pizza in just a second. But Mitzi, talk about how this pizza pop-up got started for you guys.
We moved to the area, and we started going to a bar that just opened up, and we brought them pizza just because we make it at home, and they were like, could you make this for us, for customers? And we were like, well, sure. So we started doing that, and then it just kind of grew from there. People asked us to do private events and catering, and just and then we started popping up here once this bar opened, and we've been here basically since they opened. We used to do breakfast here, and now they have our breakfast inside, and we pop up here at least twice a week.
A little bit of everything. Mitzi, real quick, we got 30 seconds left. What pizza are you making right now?
This is going to be a weird one we came up with on a recent vacation. It's called the Grape Asparagus Pizza. So it's going to have grapes and asparagus on it. So far, it just has prosciutto. And it's going to have comfy garlic and blue cheese, and it's finished with a balsamic reduction.
Love it. That sounds so good. Now, after they finish putting all the toppings on, they put in that oven right there, and then it comes out right here. Before we get to this pizza right here, let's take a look at that Comfort Air 3-day forecast. Again, hot conditions down on the desert floor, triple digits. If you need a little bit of those cooler conditions, come up here to the high desert, about mid-80s for those highs. Then once that sun goes down, a starry night with this band playing, 70s, 60s for those overnight conditions. Feels amazing up here in the high desert. Now we have Mark here. Mark, real quick before we go, I know I'm running out of time here. Talk about this pizza I'm about to try here.
This is our Patsy with hot honey.
Wow, and hot honey's a little spicy?
A little bit, yeah. Very sweet too. Balances it out.
Amazing. That is so good. All right, check them out. I Fall to Pizzas. Follow on Instagram. I'm going to be showcasing more of the event later on the show. For now, Olivia and Mark, back to you.
All right, Chloe, thank you for that. Continuing coverage tonight, recovery efforts continue in Palm Springs as donations continue to come in for the Rebuild Palm Springs fundraiser. This morning, the old Las Palmas neighborhood organization helping restore those nearby businesses that were damaged in the terrorist attack. Let's go to Tiani Jadaling tonight, joining us live in studio. She has all the details. Tiani.
Mark, the old Las Palmas neighborhood organization contributed $10,000 this morning, leaving the city one step closer to their new goal. Greater Palm Springs Pride launched a Rebuild Palm Springs fundraiser last Tuesday, and since then they've raised more than $106,000. Some of those donations coming from Modernism Week, NBC Palm Springs drive-through fundraiser, and most recently a $10,000 check from the old Las Palmas neighborhood organization. Even with that money raised, Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart says the damages are hundreds of thousands of dollars to repair.
Our goal now is going up to $250,000, and the community has had an incredible response. And it's our community coming forward saying we want to help.
We're just looking out for each other. So these guys here are part of our community. They're our neighbors. We're doing the same thing here by giving them the $10,000. It's just our way of saying we've got your back. We're looking out for you.
Those businesses affected are hoping to open back up within the next month. Donations are still being accepted, though, through their online fundraising platform, which you can find on our website. That's NBCPalmSprings.com. Live in studio, I'm Tiani Jadaling, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, Tiani, thank you for that. New at 6 o'clock tonight, City of Coachella and Chelsea Investment Corporation holding a ribbon-cutting ceremony today. It's to celebrate the completion of Covalda Apartments. You might recall, we told you about this story earlier this week. It's that new 108-unit affordable housing development located on Cesar Chavez Street in the heart of the city. The apartments feature 10 units designed for residents living with disabilities. City officials were in attendance for the event, speaking about the importance of this new complex.
In a society today, we might make sure that we have accessibility, and having these dedicated for people with disabilities makes it easier for people to know this is somewhere I can live, and they understand my needs and they understand how to support me, right? And that is important because you have the accessible living space here, but then you also have accessible transportation with Sunline right across the street. And I think that's what brings everything together, right? Having accessibility.
I would love to see a wide range of housing, condos, townhomes, whatever it may be. Not everybody wants a home. Not everybody wants just an apartment. We have a lot of different community members that want different things. We should be able to have that here, and it should be accessible to them.
Funding for the project coming from the California Department of Housing and Community Development's Infrastructure Grant Program, among other grants.
Coming up next, a USPS dedication ceremony honoring Corporal Hunter Lopez in La Quinta. We have reaction from local leaders ahead.
And also tonight, we're hearing from cryptocurrency expert Jimmy Fitz, otherwise known as Crypto Fitz. This is Bitcoin 2025 takes over Sin City.
And your gold and silver prices. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
It's been almost 4 years since Coachella Valley Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez was killed in Afghanistan.
Today, there was a ceremony for Lopez and his family at the post office in La Quinta. Our Brett Rosen was there and has more.
As of today, when you walk into the post office, the first thing you will see is a plaque dedicating the building to Hunter Lopez, a Coachella Valley resident and a hero who served his country. Congressman Raul Ruiz says it was an honor to be a part of getting this dedication done.
This is so personally satisfying for me, who mourned the loss of Corporal Hunter Lopez. So it was so great to name this post office after him, so that everybody who walks in the doors can see his name and reflect on his life of service for our country.
Alicia Lopez is Hunter's mom. She can still recall the young boy who enjoyed coming to this same post office.
He's been into this post office, and we would run in and get packages from this post office. And so fitting, I think, for him, because he just loved getting packages and loved ordering stuff. So very fitting.
Having a dedication for Hunter Lopez is not about just getting a plaque. For the Lopez family, it's about keeping his name alive.
By having something that's on a plaque that's dedicated here for everybody to see on a daily basis, I think that's important for us. It's important because we always want Hunter's service to be remembered.
Post office officials say making this dedication happen was a process, but a no-brainer.
We were contacted by the mayor's office and the congressman, and then we just went from there. It took a little while, had to be approved, and once it was approved, we just went to work.
Hunter Lopez's mother says that she hopes this dedication will inspire anyone growing up in the Coachella Valley.
We want people to remember my son, and that heroes come from anywhere. And we want people to remember that anybody, whether you're 2 years old up to, you're 99 or 100, that you could always do the right thing.
For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen.
Today was day 2 of the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas.
NBC Palm Springs contributor Crypto Fitz has all the details.
We're back with more coverage from Bitcoin Conference 2025 in Las Vegas. You know, a lot of questions are brought up about, is Bitcoin, the crypto ecosystem, politically leaning in one direction or another? And many bipartisan politicians from both sides of the aisle, senators and congressmen, have converged on Las Vegas. Today, a big day. Vice President J.D. Vance, Eric Trump, Byron Donalds, and also on the other side of the aisle, Democratic New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who came out a few years ago, and said that he's going to start collecting his salary in Bitcoin. He has continued to get paid in Bitcoin, and now at the conference, he announces that he wants New York City to be the first city in the country to offer Bitcoin-backed bonds.
I believe we need to have a Bit bond. And I am going to push and fight to get a Bit bond in New York so you can do those same bond investments in New York City.
Jay Bose back with us again this evening. Jay, I've been watching it on the stream. It's being covered on all the media everywhere. Today is a big day, and yesterday a lot was done.
Indeed, it has been a most amazing morning. J.D. Vance was on the stage, and the message was clear. You have a friend in the White House, and that crypto is going to be embraced, and it is about freedom. It's a lot more. It's building on that ecosystem theme, but we got Byron Donalds looking for Florida to become the #1 state in crypto. We got J.D. Vance. We got Donald Trump Jr., we got a ton of support coming from every direction. That is setting the mood for this conference. Bitcoin 2025 is in full swing.
Well, as you can see, a lot of excitement in Las Vegas at the 2025 Bitcoin conference. A lot of people very passionate talking about the intersection of technology and finance. And that's what we do every week here on Crypto Fits. We try to keep you up to date with what's going on and also give you a simple Bitcoin glossary in crypto terms so it doesn't sound like 6 languages. It can be like that at the beginning. But the more you pay attention, the more you'll understand. Thank you so much. We're going to continue our coverage from Vegas. Stay tuned to the 6 and 11 o'clock news this week right here on NBC Palm Springs.
Live look outside our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Chloe has your full forecast right after the break.
Hey everyone, I'm Chloe Carlson. I'm here up at Más o Menos in the high desert getting ready for that concert that's going to be happening in right around 30 minutes from now at 7 o'clock. I have the chance and the pleasure to get to talk to the performer tonight. This is Rosa. You are performing with Pi Jacobs and
Arwen Lewis.
Arwen Lewis. So excited to hear you guys perform tonight. Talk about, you've been a musician, playing professionally 15 years. What is it like getting to perform at Más o Menos?
Well, Más o Menos is the place that I'd love to come to just be anyway. And then just in the last year, they're just wonderful people. You feel a kind of sense of freedom and support to just play and have a great time.
I hear you're a local legend here up in the high desert in Joshua Tree. Talk about the type of music that you're going to be playing tonight.
I play kind of folk soul. I'm a singer-songwriter, so I kind of write, whatever song comes around to me, but it definitely gravitates towards storytelling and songwriting. But then I'm really drawn to the American soul and blues music.
Can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing it tonight. Give a quick shout out to the 2 women. Do you always perform with them? Who are these women perform with you?
Jacobs is a LA-based musician. Arwen Lewis is from Solvang. And we met, Arwen books the Lost Chord guitars, and I went up there and played, and we met and we got along. And so she came out here to do a show. and pie. And we 3 of us just did a show in Solvang last week.
Love
so
it.
we're doing it again.
Well, looking forward to hearing all of you play. Before we go, let's take a look at that Comfort Air 7-day forecast. Again, a little bit cooler up here in the high desert. We're seeing a warming trend Thursday and Friday. Then we will be cooling down with that low pressure system right now that's off the coast, moving inland, cooling us down and bringing a little bit more moisture to our atmosphere. So that's on the way for the weekend. Rose, I know you talked about your playing at 7. Can we get a little bit of a preview to break tonight? Yes, ma'am. All right, take it away.
Sing sweetly, sing sweet to me.
Everyone, that is Rosa.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Oh, welcome back. The hot Southern California sun and the smell of freshly cut grass. You pair that with a crack of the bat, maybe a cold beer and some Cracker Jacks, and it's officially time for the Palm Springs Power Baseball. Now, coming off a 35-3 record in 2024 and winning back-to-back California Premier Collegiate League championships, President Andrew Starkey has been the sole owner since 2003 and has made it a mission to put a good product on the field each year, along with manager Casey Dill, who's done a whole lot of winning in Palm Springs since taking over the dugout about a decade or so ago. Now, both continue to be on the same page heading into opening night this season on Friday.
A three-peat would be a tribute to the players and the coaches over the past 3 years, including this season, to be able to go out and win when we got a bullseye on our back every single night. For our organization to be able to get to 700 career wins as a franchise, that's a big milestone in 20 years to be able to do it, and I'm excited for us to achieve that. And
yeah, we think about it. I could say all the cliches. We take it one day at a time and one game at a time. But when you are up for things like your 600th win and the organization's up for their 700th victory, those are really cool accomplishments. It does show success over a long period of time. So we're going to try not to think about it early in the season, but they are really cool moments and cool things that we're going to have a chance at achieving this summer.
Again, opening night Friday at 6:30 at Palm Springs Stadium. We'll certainly see you out there. Now, the Palm Springs Power signed a few extra players today for opening night on Friday. There's a few of their sluggers. Nice little hack, not bad. A little loopy swing. His back hurt, so he sat out the rest. But then here's the former D1 athlete just smoking balls into the gap making it look super easy. There's our Kaylin Kelly. Not bad either. And then the real slugger, the lefty, the short porch there, that's going to do some damage. Olivia with a nice catch. But Chloe Carlson is ready for Friday night. So we look forward to seeing you out there. We are going to have an NBC Palm Springs night this season. Hopefully a Friday in June. We'll have more on that, of course, in the coming weeks. And I'll leave you with this. The Seattle Kraken have signed a familiar face to the Coachella Valley and certainly a fan favorite. Forward John Hayden signed a 2-year, one-way deal for next season. Hayden will not enter free agency this summer. Certainly a good thing. It'll be in a part of the organization for a 4th straight season. Hayden played in 20 games last year with the Kraken, 44 right here in the Valley of the Firebirds. And if you don't know, a one-way deal means, though, the player basically will get paid their full salary regardless of the level that they're playing, whether it be the AHL or the NHL. So welcome back, Cades. Certainly a good thing. Well, that'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Multiple news outlets reporting singer Cassie Ventura has given birth to her 3rd child with husband Alex Fine. It's a son this time, joining their 2 young daughters. Ventura recently testified as a central witness in the federal criminal trial of her ex-boyfriend, Sean Diddy Combs. Ventura was identified as victim 1 in the federal indictment against Combs. We'll be right back.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, feast your eyes on some stunning images of the Milky Way, the best of the best from this year's Milky Way Photographer of the Year contest. Hosted by travel blog Capture the Atlas, competition drew 6,000 entries from 25 countries, whittled down to just 25 standout shots. Each photo was taken under dark, unpolluted skies, including one breathtaking entry captured from space itself by astronaut Don Petit. Organizers say it's a celebration of art science and the unmatched wonder of our galaxy. Certainly gorgeous.
Hard to believe that's just out there, right, all the time, and we only get to see it for glimpses through those awesome photographs.
Looks fake, like a painting.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Beautiful.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. We're back here for the news at 11, so please join us for that. Meantime, we're going to send things over to Fred Rogan. He's got the latest tonight with the Rogan Report. Hey, Fred.
Hey, Mark. The Rogan Report is presented by The Living Desert.
Why is everybody in such a rush to get off the plane? If you rush too much, you're going to have to pay a fine. We'll talk about that. Welcome to the midweek edition of the show. When we started doing this, we had clear objectives. We would try to talk about things no one else did. From day one, we asked you to email us so we could talk about the things important to you. It's a different model. You're the navigator. We would present things in a manner that made you think. Then we would encourage you to tell us what you thought and be a part of the show. Some things we do work, some things don't. Yesterday, we talked about a photo sent in by a viewer. It was a group of what we assume were students at a Memorial Day event. The girl in the middle of the group was holding a fan with pride colors on it. Take a look.
Good job. Please stop it. Perfect.
Got an email yesterday, made us think. A couple of our viewers went to a Memorial Day event and sent us a picture. The subject, inappropriate Memorial Day event. Here's the picture. So you see a group of what we assume are students, and there in the middle is a girl quietly holding a small fan with the pride colors on it. Does it look like she is disrupting things? You'll see behind her a memorial. It says Ultimate Sacrifice. Okay, we got reaction. A lot of it on Facebook. It was divided. No surprise there. But one comment caught our eye from someone named Terry. Viewers raised concern? What viewers? No names, didn't happen. We honor all service members regardless of who or what they are. All gave some, and some gave all. They were all heroes. NBC trying to stir up some BS. Sad. Terry, you can say a lot of things about us because I know at times we upset people. Usually they're upset because we caught them doing something. But the one thing you can never do is question our integrity. We don't lie. We don't make things up. You implied that in the email that we were making things up, that it was BS. Terry, here's your BS. We blocked the sender's name and address because that's not for public consumption. You can see the statement and the picture that we used last night. The email read in full while the national anthem was being sung by the Coachella Valley High School. One student waving a pride fan/flag didn't get it. Should the school have allowed it, see attached. See, Terry, we don't make things up. We don't lie. I don't know about what other people do, but never question our integrity. Terry said sad. This topic resonated with a lot of viewers, and as you can imagine, they were divided.
Good job. Please stop it. Perfect.
Angie said, people only want a comfortable freedom, one in which they agree with. It's hypocritical, and usually dissenters fall into one of two categories: fear of homosexuality, resentment that one group feels oppressed more than they do. Albert said, can we just get back to only honoring the American flag? The United States of America has always been the country of inclusion. Our military has given their lives so we may have them here. Let's always honor them. Ron disagrees with all of it. Get that student some mental health support, please. Eric offered seriously. We have to defend the freedom to display a pride flag, and of all places, the Coachella Valley. Enough already with the ignorant people whose sensibilities are inextricably affected. They should be ashamed. Promulgating divisiveness is inexcusable. John, no, NBC Palm Springs children expressing their pride in themselves is not inappropriate. How dare you ask? How dare we ask? Because people feel strongly one way or the other. And finally from Aaron, nope, take it out of schools. If religion isn't allowed, then this should be banned as well. We also received a few emails about it. Ann said she doesn't have an issue with displaying pride colors, but believes Memorial Day should be dedicated to those who gave all for our country. Obviously, the displaying of colors or other flags distracts from the meaning behind the day, or the story wouldn't have made it on the Rogan Report. McKinley said our military service members more than deserve our gratitude and respect, and there are LGBTQ plus people serving in every branch. These true patriots take an oath to honor our American freedoms, including the very personal right to love the people we love. Patricia asked, what happened to American patriotism, especially on these special days, honoring our men and women of all genders who died for our country? And Glenn said, that wasn't a flag. It was a fan, no more, no less. Don't make something out of nothing. We also received an email from Hank, who noticed on Monday I said Happy Memorial Day. He said Memorial Day is a solemn occasion and a day of remembrance for those who gave their lives in service to our country, a time to reflect on the loss of loved ones. Perhaps a more fitting approach would be to simply acknowledge the day. Today is Memorial Day, a time to honor and remember. It's a small change, but one that might better reflect the spirit of the occasion.
Good job. Please stop. Perfect.
Okay, now let's address a point of etiquette. When you're on a plane and it lands, and that bell goes off, right? You see people jump up, open the overhead bin, grab their stuff, and try to run to the front to get off fastest. They don't wait, they run. Well, that's not going to happen anymore in Turkey. That country's had enough. So now, if anyone stands up before the seatbelt sign goes off, that'll be a $70 fine. If you try to rush off in front of other people or before it's your row's turn, that'll be a $50 fine. Here, American Airlines has a new way of keeping folks getting on the plane before they're supposed to. Using new technology, if they catch you boarding before you're supposed to, they'll just send you to the end of the line. Our contributors tonight, world travelers, Nick Collins and Anthony Turk. All right, Nick, no more charging around off airplanes in Turkey. What do you think about that?
Roger, Dodger. What's your vector, Victor? You know, I've never seen that animal like breakout when the plane stops. The only thing I ever see on my flights is those people going, I got to catch the next gate. I got to catch my gate. And you feel bad for them, so you let them go. Maybe Anthony's seen that kind of chaos before.
You know, Nick, I've actually seen it. I've been on planes before, like to Florida, to Orlando, where there are a lot of kids on the plane and they all jump up before it's time. But it can be dangerous because I've seen people stand up before the plane was actually stopped and the seatbelt light came off. And I saw people get jolted and pushed. And so, yeah, you got to be careful.
Okay, yeah, I don't think, look at the pictures. Yeah, I don't think we have that on the planes here. But do you think if you fine somebody $70 for doing it, it's enough of a deterrent, Anthony?
I think to start with, I would say, yeah, they should try it out. I think people need to learn proper etiquette. You know, the people at the front of the plane get off first, and it should go seat by seat by seat. Nobody should be pushing in front of anybody. It's just rude. And people who fly all the time, business people, they'll give you a dirty look. I do it. I give people dirty looks all the time.
Some people take forever to get off the plane. Should everyone have to wait for the people who are slowing things down, or should the people slowing things down just get out of the way and let everybody get off first, Nick?
Oh, man, you know, it's so hard. You just imagine that if you're in the front, you go in order. I don't like $70. Who came up with that silly number? Make it $100. You're going to feel that. And, you know, I don't know if the fine's going to work. Maybe we just make the seatbelt not come off and you just only releases as your row goes.
I'll tell you this, though, and they're doing this in Turkey. Istanbul, Turkey is one of the best airports in the world. A couple of years ago, it was rated the #1 airport in the world. What do you think about that, Anthony?
I think it's great, and I think they're going to be even better when they start collecting all those fines from all those people who are rude and pushy. I'm all for it. And, you know, and I agree with Nick. Raise it to 100, then. I have no problem with it. People need to learn.
All right. You know, all it takes is love and understanding to be a good neighbor. Cinda Ranch Mirage looking for an elder care attorney who handles VA benefits and Medi-Cal. Didi and La Quinta looking for recommendations for an inexpensive house insurance company. She has to work with her fixed income. Amy Thousand Palms looking for a room to rent or a casita located in Tri Palms Estates. And Alvita in Palm Desert needs to get her house painted and is wondering what everyone is paying for that these days.
How do we know what's going on unless you tell us?
You can tell us anything.
Even your deepest, darkest secrets. We like those.
Find Fred on Facebook and Instagram at Fred Rogan or email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
How far are you willing to go to be masculine?
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
All right, man, this one is for you. How far would you go to look as masculine as possible? This all started with a viral TikTok video, now at over 36 million views, and it claims there's a new trend where toxic masculine men shave their eyelashes off to appear less feminine. To each their own, but does that make you more masculine? That razor has to get uncomfortably close to your eye. Eyelashes serve as a purpose. Has nothing to do with masculinity. They protect your eyes from debris and infection. Maybe there's nothing more masculine than an infected eye. God. All right, go ahead, Nick. What do you think about men shaving off their eyelashes?
This is not masculine at all. Looks like more like androids or aliens, like a Ridley Scott film. This is androidinity. It makes no sense. And like you said, there's nothing to do with just being on TikTok and that's it, because you still look like a knucklehead. And now you're going to get things in your eyes because your eyelashes aren't protecting you.
Anthony, would you shave yours?
100%. No, I wouldn't shave it. Who would even care? And I'd be afraid that I'd get stuff in my eyes. My eyes are sensitive anyway. I don't need more dust and debris in my eyes. Those lashes are there to like brush it all away and keep it out. It's just weird.
You know, people always told me, my wife told me, and throughout my life, I have very nice eyelashes. I just thought I'd point that out. So I would never shave mine. But
I've been saying that for years, Brad. I've always enjoyed your eyelash.
Nick, thank you. Thank you. I know you've been an admirer from far. But does this make men look more masculine, Anthony?
You know, I would never notice. I just don't notice things like that. I just think it's really weird. And I know that I guess men do tend to have longer eyelashes than women, and women are always trying to make theirs longer, but I don't notice things like that. So it's just weird to me again. I'm sorry.
Nick, have you heard of any other bizarre trends?
No, I mean, I remember people started clipping their legs, you know, but I always thought the masculine guys, it just was like too much hair, right? There was hair on their back and their chest all over, and you're like, yeah, that's a man right there. I don't know why shaving is now a man's job.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Tonight, we're a little sad because we're saying goodbye to someone we really, really like. Look who's back. It's Anthony. Anthony is returning to grace us one final time. You are leaving us and the Valley after our program. Why are you leaving and where are you going?
You know, after 23 years of being in the Valley for, you know, pretty much at least halftime, I'm going to be back in LA stationed here full time. And it's just kind of got to be one of those things where I wasn't spending enough time out there and it was getting to be expensive to have two homes. So my house is in escrow right now and I'm going to be in Los Angeles. I'm going to miss you guys.
Well, I got to tell you something. You have been delightful. You grasped the concept, you understood what we're trying to do, and you've done it magnificently. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for contributing to our success because you have been a big part of it, and we are really going to miss you.
Thank you so much, Fred. I really appreciate it. I'm going to miss all you guys. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Stay in touch with us.
All right, take care.
So being the NBC Palm Springs historian is not that easy. Steve Summerall uncovers mysteries of the desert and shares them with us each week. Yesterday, he talked about a secret in the desert, but the real secret is it almost didn't happen.
Several locals witnessed the cleanup effort, and one source had conveyed to me just what was witnessed here. And if you hadn't seen it with your own eyes, you wouldn't believe it.
Okay, that is what the finished product looked like. Getting there wasn't easy.
Now, several locals witnessed the cleanup efforts, and one source had conveyed to me what was witnessed here. And if you didn't see it with your... Oh. Good save.
I've never seen him run that fast. We were impressed with Steve's Puma-like quickness, and we appreciate him sharing that with us. Maybe they would run away if they could only get a runway.
Riddle me this. What has to be broken before you can use it?
Monday night, we told you the story of the air park in Bermuda Dunes. It's not an airport, it's an air park, which has been there for years and designed for small planes and helicopters and for the people that live there. So the owner died, his family sold the air park to developers from Orange County. They wanted to expand it and deny the residents use of the taxiway, meaning they're held hostage in their own homes. Residents there say the former owner gave them a verbal easement. The developers say they want to see it in writing. People have bought out there. They've lived there for years. All of a sudden, a new company comes in and says, you no longer have the easement to use the runway. So what has that done to people? You live out there.
Well, it's basically kept everybody locked in their home because we no longer have access to the taxiway. The minute we open up our hangar door, it's infringing on their airport property, right? And the easement gave us kind of an unwritten agreement that the people that bought homes on the runway can use it, you know, for aviation hobbies and things like that. And it's just been, for 3 years, it's really been a nightmare for the folks that have lived there. And I just moved there myself for that same reason, to enjoy the access to a runway. And I'm locked in my home. We're trapped basically with our stuff in our hangar and no way to get it out. And if we do attempt to open our hangar door and we're seen, they can arrest us for trespassing. It's a real threat. And it's completely despicable what this big company is trying to do. And a lot of these guys have lived out there for decades.
So, since our report on Monday night, we have received word that members of the state assembly, after seeing our report, are now investigating the situation. Michelle, who was a real estate broker, wrote the show. In California, a verbal easement can be enforced particularly if it aligns with the principles of prescriptive easement, which is legally enforceable. Your daily dose of cuteness when we return. What am I wearing? Exactly what I was wearing. But our friends at the McCallum Theater love nonprofits. They love the community, and they love showcasing world-class entertainers. TV and Broadway star Lea Michele will take the McCallum stage May 30th at 8 p.m. Emmy-nominated actress, New York Times bestseller, best known for her role as Rachel Berry on Glee. She'll perform a repertoire of songs from Broadway, Glee, and more. And for tickets and more information, head to McCallumtheater.org. Earlier, we showed you behind-the-scenes footage with Steve Summerall. Tonight, it's a veritable potpourri. Once a month, we have a report from the living desert, the man called Zoo Man. Well, here's what happened to him along the way while filing those reports.
Who am I again?
Yes.
Great. I actually don't know what to respond when people say yes. We're supposed to say no. Our last question is...
Yeah? Are you making it up as you're thinking?
I'm not even thinking. Our last question is... And then we just cut right there. We're just doing like the robot. Cactus dance break.
One day.
Can you spell Zeropolis? Sure. Are you going to? I'd like to talk to you about cactus. Do you know about your cactus extended warranty? Do you know how to take care of it? All right, can you give us your best impression of a Mexican wolf? Oh! They don't howl, huh? Excuse me, orange pants, orange shirt. Hello there. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hey, can I turn this way or no?
producer Kevin. Our contributors are a huge part of the Rogan Report's success, and we're always looking for fresh, diverse voices to add to our roster. So if you think you have what it takes to be our newest contributor, drop me an email at kevin.mann@entervision.com and put contributor in the subject line. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for watching.
The Rogan Report was presented by the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens.
Can we agree to disagree? Can we agree you'll tell us what you think? Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Rogan. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
What has to be broken before you can use it? An egg.
All right, comments. Paul wrote about the Ask Max segment from last night. I'm quite certain that the Swiss Federation Institute of Technology, Max's alma mater, now has a new name. It's known as the Swiss Health Institute of Technology. We don't do this for praise, but it never hurts to butter us up. And we love when we hear our contributors and interviewers resonate with you. Another Paul told us our show is very informative, especially when Walter Clark is one of our guest speakers. He's well-read and explains issues comprehensively, as well as you can interpret what he's trying to convey to the general public. Paul, thank you. Tomorrow, Walter Clark will be here. He'll talk about the Bermuda Dunes airport issue we've been covering. Okay, we have time for this. So the last couple of nights, we've seen producer Kevin come on the screen, and I have to tell you, he literally jumps right through the screen when he invites you to become a contributor, and he gives you an email to send it to. Well, Scott saw the show last night. He said, last night's show mentioned you were looking for contributors. Is that correct, or was I high? Since I'm sober, I'm hoping that you are looking for contributors, from Scott. I responded, Scott, you may have been high, but either way, we're still looking for more people. If you want to be a part of the show, reach out to producer Kevin. Don't forget, we work 24/7. Go to the website, the show page, click on the Rogan Report. Content from tonight will be up there, and past shows as well. Thanks for watching. Wheel of Fortune's next.